Have you ever watched a shonen anime and thought, wow, the power of friendship is great, but what if literally everyone just died instead? Welcome to Akame ga Kill. Our story follows a farm boy named Tatsumi. He's got spiky hair, a sword, and a dream to make it big in the imperial capital so he can send money back to his starving village. He's optimistic, naive, and completely unaware that he just walked into the most corrupt, blood-soaked city in anime history. Tatsumi quickly learns that the capital isn't paved with gold, it's paved with the bodies of the innocent. The government is controlled by an evil prime minister who treats human rights like a checklist of things to violate. But there's hope. A secret assassin group called Night Raid is systematically taking out the capital's worst scum. And spoiler alert, Tatsumi is about to get a major career change. Let's dive into the absolute bloodbath that is Akame ga Kill. Tatsumi's first day in the city goes great, by which I mean he gets scammed out of all his money by a busty blonde. He's eventually taken in by a sweet wealthy family who turn out to be psychopathic serial killers torturing travelers in their shed, and also kill Tatsumi's friends. Right as Tatsumi discovers this horrifying truth, the ceiling shatters. Enter Night Raid. We meet Akame, the deadpan girl with a cursed katana. Leon, the busty blonde who robbed him earlier. Mine, a pink-haired sniper with a serious attitude problem. Bullet, a buff armor-clad bro. Lubbock, a green-haired wire user. And Sheila, a clumsy girl carrying a giant pair of scissors. Tatsumi watches them slaughter the twisted family, and instead of calling the cops, he steps up and personally executes the rich girl who tortured his friends from his village. Night Raid is impressed. Leon literally drags him to their secret base, and just like that, Tatsumi is drafted into a terrorist organization. The next few episodes are your standard training montage. Tatsumi learns the ropes, bonds with the crew. But before we go further, we need to talk about the weapons, Imperial Arms or Tegu. These are 48 legendary weapons made from ancient monsters. There are two hard rules. Number 1, you can't use two at once. It'll kill you. Number 2, if two Tegu users fight with the intent to kill, one of them will die. Tatsumi's first real test is against Zank, the Beheader, an executioner who went crazy hearing the voices of his victims. Zank's Tegu lets him read minds and see the future. Tatsumi wins through sheer grit, proving he belongs in Night Raid. But Zank's dying words warn him that the voices never stop. Foreshadowing is a dish best served bloody. By now, the shonen vibes officially die. Night Raid fights a justice-obsessed cop named Suryu and her biological dog Tegu, Koro. In a brutal turn, Sheila, the heart of the group, gets bitten in half by the dog and eaten alive. No training arc, no power-up, just the main character turned into dog food. Man, that's rough. On a mission aboard a cruise ship, Bullet, Tatsumi's mentor, is poisoned during a fight with the three beasts. With his last breath, he passes his armored Tegu, Inkurjo, to Tatsumi. Tatsumi evolves, destroys the enemy, and cries over his fallen bro. Night Raid is winning battles but losing the war of attrition. Night Raid gets two new recruits, Susanoo, a leaving Tegu, and Chelsea, a sarcastic shapeshifter. Because the Prime Minister realizes Night Raid is an actual threat, he calls in the big guns, General Esdeath. She's a sadistic ice user who loves war and torture. But she has one weakness. She wants to fall in love. She holds a tournament. Tatsumi enters for the prize money, and Esdeath falls for him instantly. She puts a dog collar on him and drags him to her room. This leads to the weirdest beach episode ever. A teleportation Tegu zaps both Tatsumi and Esdeath into a deserted island. Tatsumi tries to fix her, asking about her past. She explains she was raised to believe that the weak deserve to die and the strong deserve to rule. Tatsumi realizes she isn't brainwashed, she is fundamentally unapologetically psychotic. He uses his invisibility to ditch his crazy girlfriend on the beach and barely escapes back to Night Raid. While Tatsumi is dealing with Esdeath, the rivalry between Akame and her sister, Kurome, reaches a boiling point. Both were sold to the Empire as children and trained as assassins. But Akame defected while Kurome stayed, fueled by experimental drugs and a twisted sense of loyalty. They go to war with Esdeath's counter squad, the Jaegers. Chelsea manages to kill the Jaeger's flamethrower guy, Bowles, but she gets cocky. She tries to assassinate Akame's sister, Kurome, but Kurome survives the lethal hit and has her undead puppets decapitate Chelsea. Seeing Chelsea's head on a spike in the town square is the moment Tatsumi realizes nobody's safe. Next, Lubbock gets caught in the capital. He manages to kill the Prime Minister's son, Sierra, in a mid-air duel, but he falls from the sky and is impaled on a bed of spikes. R.I.P. Lubbock, the most underrated member of the team. Tatsumi is captured and sentenced to a public execution. Night Raid launches a rescue mission. Line pushes her Tegu pumpkin past its limits to vaporize General Budo, but the energy drain is too much. She confesses her love to Tatsumi, gives a final kiss, and dies in his arms. They finally meet in a ruined church for a duel to the death. No interference, just two sisters and their Tegu. Kurome uses her sword, Yatsufusa, to summon a literal army of undead puppets, including a giant danger beast and fallen warriors. It's a tragic, high-speed ballet of blades. Just as Akame is about to land a hit, the Jaeger soldier Wave crashes the party. He's in love with Kurome and tries to stop the madness, but even he can't break their bond of mutual destruction. Akame eventually lands the killing blow, slicing through Kurome's heart. She holds her sister's body, sobbing, as she realizes she is now the only one in her family. Wave, seeing the destruction, takes Kurome's body and leaves the war for good. The only person smart enough to quit while he's ahead. The Revolutionary Army is at the gates. We finally see the true villain, Minister Honest. This guy is literally eating a steak while his city burns. He spent years gaslighting the child emperor into believing the peasants are the enemy. The emperor activates the ultimate Tegu, a colossal Godzilla-sized mech. Tatsumi steps up, but there's a cost. His armor in Kurjo is made from a dragon that refuses to die. Every time Tatsumi transforms, the dragon eats more of its body. By this point, he's more monster than man. He pushes through the pain, destroys the giant mech, but then has to use his final strength to catch the falling machine so it doesn't crush the civilians. The strain is too much. Tatsumi, our main protagonist, dies on the battlefield. The final boss fight is Akame vs Esdeath. Esdeath is so powerful she literally freezes time, but Akame triggers her sword's secret trump card, boosting her speed to godlike levels. She lands a single scratch on Esdeath. The curse takes hold. Knowing she's lost, Esdeath walks over to Tatsumi's frozen body, encases them both in ice, and shatters into a million pieces. Meanwhile, Leon corners the Prime Minister. He shoots her multiple times with his gun, but Leon just beats him into a bloody pulp with her bare hands. The revolution is won, but the cost was everything. Akame takes the blame for all the assassinations and leaves the capital, walking a lonely path as a rogue killer. Akame got killed, the only show where the main character is actually just the last person standing. But I'm not sure if I can call Akame the main character. I thought it was always Tatsumi, but let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.